Powered by the Montana Television Network. This is the 530 News on Q2, Montana's news leader.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Russ.
And I'm Jeanelle Slade. Crammed classrooms and a kindergarten building deemed unsafe for students. Just some of the issues those at the Sheppard schools now face.
School officials now gearing up for a fight as they go to the taxpayers asking for more than a $17 million bond to provide some much needed upgrades to the campus.
We'll get to that story in just a moment, but first we have breaking news tonight. The Miles City School District is asking a judge to dismiss a massive civil case surrounding its longtime athletic trainer accused of sexually abusing hundreds of boys.
The district is saying the case is legally improper. The case involves 78-year-old James Jensen, who's expected to be in a Missoula federal courtroom tomorrow to plead guilty to separate federal charges of coercion. Well, just this evening, we reached out to attorneys for both sides. Those with the school district say school administrators in charge went above and beyond to address what little information they had.
The district also says it had no reason to hide or ignore the horrors Mr. Jensen appears to have inflicted. In September, a massive case was filed on behalf of 31 former student athletes who say they were given massages and inappropriate rub downs in a sophisticated ritual of sexual abuse. Now, the motion discusses the legal issues with the plaintiff's complaint and asks that 2 of the 6 claims be dismissed as legally improper.
Other news, the Sheppard School District facing a big task as it asks voters for a $17 million bond.
Ahead of the May 7th vote, Q2's Samantha Sullivan met with school officials and concerned parents about why the time for change in Sheppard may be now.
How long has it been since there's been a major upgrade to this campus?
Approximately 30 years. Right now we're at 110% capacity in the elementary. This project is designed for 1% growth a year for the next 25 years, and there shouldn't need to be another bond issue in there unless there's exceptional growth in the area.
The bond, which will go to the community for a vote in May, would address a laundry list of issues at the Sheppard schools.
Our big concern is safety. There is not a clean line of sight, so we have a hard time knowing who's coming and going from the buildings.
Leaking ceiling tiles, I remember seeing those all the time.
Lunchroom hasn't been changed since I was here, 30 years ago.
Okay, we need to bring our voices down. Updates have been in the works for years, and the need became even more apparent when just a week into the school year, the kindergarten building was deemed unsafe for students due to bad air quality.
It's devastating. They missed almost a week of school this year. Those are days we can never get back as education.
There are kids in hallways learning and in closets and spaces where they should never have to be to learn.
The kindergarten building, along with the current library, which used to be a restaurant and now has septic issues as a result, would be torn down and a new 50,000 square foot building would take its place. The new building would connect to the existing school structures, which also helps with the security concerns of the building by limiting points of entry. There would also be about 23,000 square feet of renovated space, allowing for some updates to the science labs, as well as the school kitchen and lunchrooms, and a new consolidated weight room to make better use of the school's existing equipment. After decades without any major upgrades, these folks hope the time for change is now.
I think that now is time to invest in our community. I think that it's never going to get easier or cheaper than it is today. We've got a good group of people on the school board, administrators. It is time for the community of Sheppard to get behind them.
In Sheppard, Samantha Sullivan, MTN News.
Thanks, Sammy. Now, for more details on the proposal and the exact tax impact on your household, you can find this story on our website, KTVQ.com.
Crews work to clear snow off buildings on the MSU campus in Bozeman after 2 buildings suffered roof collapses days apart.
Now, a third building, one connected to both the north and south gym, is the focus. MTN's Cody Boyer has those details.
It is pretty crazy, and the first thought that comes to your mind, of course, when you see a building on campuses fall down is, am I safe?
First the south gym, then the north gym, 2 days apart. Now MSU officials say future safety is key, something students like Ben Cobrin agree with.
Professor was talking the Monday before this happened about how Montana State University is known for their snow load equations and their overall great problem-solving skills as an engineering school for snow loads. And then that Friday, we had 2 roofs fall down.
Ben says as an engineering student, these assessments could help set a precedent.
This is a great example of, what can go wrong even when all the protocols are followed.
If you take a look, you can actually see some of the crews up on the upper gym now. They are throwing snow into one of the large tarps and bringing it down, all in an effort to make sure this doesn't happen a third time.
It was built with similar methods and similar materials, and while it shows no signs of distress, we do want to make sure we get as much weight off of it as possible, just as a precaution.
MSU spokesman Michael Becker says the Leon Johnson Hall Annex and the Student Union Building were also both cleared of snow out of precaution.
MSU has been here 125 years, and we haven't had buildings fall in. This has been an unusual winter. It's an unprecedented situation, and we are coping.
Becker says while the emergency is over, this has been an eye-opener for the university.
We want to plan for recovery, and we want to plan for how we continue our operations throughout the rest of the semester as we look toward someday eventually rebuilding.
MSU officials say employees who work in this center will be relocated to different places temporarily.
And they add that they cannot say when or if the two gyms will be demolished until after an insurance investigation. As for the center itself, it remains closed.
Some breaking news tonight. More breaking news. A preteen boy has fallen through a crack on the rims. First responders are on scene right now.
Yeah, we don't know much else. You see some live video right there, but we will let you know online and here on air just as soon as we find out more about this.
All right, now we're going to look at weather, Bob. It's a beautiful day, but as we know, with melting often comes flooding.
Some other problems. Yeah, I mean, I'm like you. I enjoy the sunny skies, but the problem we had is before we got all the snow, we got that sub-zero temperature stuff. That froze the ground. So here's what's happening out there. You can see with the snow melt, you can see like in this house here, you got all the snow all around. It kind of looks like your house, doesn't it? Well, I know my house, I got about 8 to 12 inches of snow on the ground still. So here's what happens. You get all that sunny skies there, starts melting, and then before you know it, that melted snow, which now is water, has no place to go. It can't even percolate into the ground because the ground is frozen. So don't be surprised if we continue with this rapid snow melt that we might even see some more flooding around the region. What would be ideal is to have it warm for a couple of days, then cool for a couple of days, then warm for a couple of days again. That's what we're looking for. Don't know if we'll have all of that. We'll have details in a few more minutes. Back to you guys.
All right, thanks so much, Bob. New information tonight about the proposed copper mine near White Sulphur Springs and the Smith River. The public can now weigh in on how the Black Butte copper mine may impact the surrounding environment. The proposed Black Butte mine is 300 acres of land operated by Sandfire Resources. The Department of Environmental Quality says the mine would have no direct impact on hunting, fishing, or recreation in the area or nearby water quality, but it would lower groundwater levels and reduce flows. The mine would employ more than 200 workers, and there would be more than 500 vehicle movements each day. Now, public meetings on the impact statement are planned for April and May. Written comments can be submitted online. We'll post those details along with a link to the full environmental impact statement at KTVQ.com.
President Trump unveiled his 2020 budget proposal today. The $4.7 trillion spending blueprint includes $8.6 billion for a border wall. That budget also calls for a 14% reduction in funds for the Interior Department, with $2.7 billion sought for the National Park Service. That's down from $3.2 billion last year. Montana's congressional delegation weighed in. Republican Senator Steve Daines said, quote, "The budget released today by President Trump is merely a blueprint. Congress makes the final decision on funding for programs. The president is right to focus on excessive spending as the core driver of the debt crisis. As a member of the U.S. Senate Appropriations Committee, I will fight to cut wasteful spending while ensuring Montana priorities receive sufficient support." Democratic Senator John Tester said, quote, "I'm concerned about the president's proposed cuts to Medicare, Social Security, our national parks, the USDA, and initiatives that support our public lands. Budgets reflect priorities, and slashing funding for these successful programs shows just how out of touch this administration is with rural America." And Representative Greg Gianforte added, "The president submitted his budget request to Congress, and Congress will decide how much to spend and where. I'll remain focused on putting Montana first, reining in out-of-control spending and balancing the budget," he says.
Still to come tonight, Rocky skiers chase yet another national championship starting tomorrow.
Yeah, we're going to tell you why they're so dominant. We'll be right back after the break.
You're watching MTN News with Jeanelle Slade and Russ Riesinger. Storm Tracker weather with Bob McGuire. And sports with Scott Breen. This is the 530 News on Q2, Montana's news leader.